Hey ladies, this is Mocha Mommy here bringing you another video, and this video I'm bringing to you as a request by a subscriber by the name of Black Woman Sisterhood. She has her own YouTube channel, which I will be sure to post in the description box so you can follow up. But this is basically a reaction to the YouTube coverage and over the $10 billion over 10 years that Goldman and Sachs will be releasing to 1 million Black women-owned businesses. Now, in order for me to really fully understand this, I made it a point to contact my soror, who is in business herself. She works in like commercial lending. She also uses her spare time to help first-time home buyers in a faith-based not-for-profit. So I wanted to make sure that I had some good information, some right information to pass on to you. And I'm just going to try to draw a couple of examples and parallels using YouTube business dynamics, okay? Now, why Black women and not Black-owned business as a whole? Well, it is because the Black dollar is circulated more in the Black community by Black women. The majority of the Black-owned businesses in America are owned by Black women. And the heads of household or primary breadwinners of the Black family are primarily Black women. Even when Black women cohabitate, 2/3 of the time, that Black woman is still the primary breadwinner, even when she has a Black man in the home, either married or cohabitating. The majority of the time, the Black woman is still the primary breadwinner. Now, a lot of dissenters will have you think that this is just because of the choices that Black women make. This is the choices in partner. Black women are quote unquote always choosing these quote unquote trash ass niggas, right? Well, that's partially true. But the more disturbing trend is something that I want to really share with you. Part of my nursing career, I spent as a nursing and allied health instructor. Okay, my job was to help low-income students to get academic support and professional development to enter nursing and allied health careers. So that meant I had some students who were white, some students who were Hispanic, but the majority of my students were in fact Black. The majority of my students were Black women. So I could have white students from the Hill Country. I could have Hispanic students who were maybe first or second generation immigrants. And then I could have African Americans, like Black people. And it was mostly women, right? Because allied health and nursing tends to attract mostly women. The problem is that when those women walked across the stage to graduate, the Black women walked across the stage to graduate. Just by the nature of them graduating and getting their first job, they were then out earning close to 65% of the Black male population. Now, this program went anywhere from 18 to 26 months. Okay, so this is maybe about 2 years, an average of 2 years. So within 2 years, a Black woman would now be out earning 65% of the Black men in that metropolitan area. And this was not just one metropolitan area that I taught in, okay? This was 2 distinct metropolitan areas. And I do not think that, if we're really being honest, I don't think that that is just exclusive to the areas between Waco, Texas and San Antonio, Texas, like the whole Central Texas region. I don't think that's exclusive to Central Texas, because just on average, it doesn't take much to out earn a Black man in today's economy. And that's what's the sad and unfortunate reality that we're facing. Okay, you would think the biggest issue, if you listen to YouTube, that the biggest issue was weight, weave, and welfare, right? But the reality is we just our male counterparts are just really not, they don't have the economic participation and fortitude that they really should. So with that being said, the investment is going to really target where the black dollar circulates more and where the black dollar can have more impact. This is not just going to be freely given money. It's not a welfare program. It's not a handout, but actually for Black women-owned, established Black women-owned businesses who have to meet a certain criteria as far as their customer base, revenue, cash on hand, fiscal solvency. So it's really nothing that's just going to be a straight up handout. All right, now I'm going to do my best to give you guys just parallels and examples, and I'm going to show you why exactly the investment is going to be headed towards Black women. Also, I suggest you watch my video, Get Out of My Hair, because I did touch on some of these subjects when it came to capital and venture capital and investment into Black women-owned businesses. I did, especially when it comes to beauty, I did bring that up in my Get Out of My Hair video, so I suggest you guys follow up and watch that. Now, again, we're using YouTube as an example, okay? This is not meaning that these people are going to be eligible for this type of financial assistance or this grant, but this is just an example. Okay, we have the example of Jackie Aina, right? 3.5 million YouTube followers, a 12-year history on the channel or with her YouTube channel. Now, if we were to invest in Jackie Aina, this is what our return on investment would be. We have seen Jackie Aina use her platform to give promotion to Black-owned businesses, sometimes, many times, unsponsored, from things like Mented Cosmetics, Prime, Uma, Beauty Bakery, Lip Bar. We've also seen her collaborate and to help uplift and promote other Black female content creators, such as Alyssa Ashley, her sister Armand. We also have seen her do Nima Tang, Too Much Mouth, right? So investing in Jackie has a trickle down effect on the Black-owned beauty businesses who supply her with the cosmetics that sometimes she does unsponsored, and also the influencers that she helps to improve in the algorithm and their access to viewers and sponsorships. Now, Jackie has done a lot for Black women on YouTube, right? Black women content creators and Black women makeup proprietors, cosmetics proprietors, right? Now, when Jackie Aina branched off and created her own company, Forever Mood Candles, what was the problem that we had? The candles were sold out. The demand was much greater than the supply. What is then the investor's responsibility? They probably have to supply Jackie with more capital so that she can hire more staff, that she can create more relationships with additional suppliers so that she can have more inventory on hand. Also, she may have to get some type of logistics or shipping support to make sure that her product gets out to market. So again, we're not just writing Jackie Aina a blank check if we're trying to invest in Jackie Aina. What we have is someone with a proven customer base, a proven track record of success. She has helped bolster the success of others. And by investing in her, we get a return on the investment because of her past business success and also the past business success she has supported. This is why Goldman and Sachs sees Black women-owned businesses as an investment they will get a return on. Now, we can say the same thing about Natural 85, right? Whitney. Now, I'm choosing her for a reason. Follow with me. We can say with Natural 85, a lot of times when melanin hair care got launched, how many of us were on an email waiting list, right, to get our product? Then also there was some legal problems where people were trying to take her proprietary blends and infringe upon it. Again, when I talked about Black-owned businesses, Black women-owned businesses being unprotected in the Get Out of My Hair video. Now, what happened with Whitney of Natural 85 and what happened with Jackie Aina are not exclusive to their businesses. We've also seen it with Raynell Supra's box of crayons, eye palettes, Moon X Cosmetics, curly clips, finger comber wigs, where we have businesses that have a high demand, where the Black dollar circulates because they create sponsored content, and they also have alliances with other Black women-owned businesses, but they have less supply, or there is a problem with shipping or packaging. Things that they have problems, and all you have to do is throw money at the problem, and then the problem then can resolve. They can meet the demand of their customers. They can have more loyal customers and create subscriptions, right? They can reward their customers with better value and lower prices, right? So if you throw money at the problem of the business that is in demand, you fix the problem. One of the biggest issues that Black women-owned businesses have to face is logistics. I brought this up in the Get Out of My Hair video, right? Logistics. We don't control always the supplies. We don't always control the warehousing. We don't always control the shipping. And a lot of times we're left on our own to navigate these things. Also, things like e-commerce storefronts. Sometimes we'll choose a value website, something that's not very expensive and easy to set up. And because of the demand for the products, sometimes we'll crash the site. We saw that with Moon X Cosmetics, right? We saw that with also Crayon Case, where the demand just crashed the website. So that's what I'm trying to say. We as a population are very supportive of Black women-owned businesses in many respects. But we have to make sure that those businesses are able to support their customer base. And that's usually accomplished by logistics and good e-commerce platforms. And that's what Goldman and Sachs will be investing in. They're not just writing blank checks to just any old random Black woman who claims to want to start a bootleg business. These are for businesses who have met significant financial roadblocks that mentorship and grant money would help with. Now, shade, no shade, okay? Shade, no shade, because I did include Natural 85, okay? Who also was in an interracial marriage, okay? So I'm pointing this out. Now, when it comes to Black male YouTubers that have the same amount of subscribers, Matt Smith with over 6 million subscribers. We have Chris Smoove with over 4 million subscribers. We have Marquise Brownlee with close to 7 million subscribers, right? When we have a Black male YouTuber with as many subscribers as a Jackie Aina or a Natural 85, what happens is they're not creating a proprietary product, right? They're not creating something that would generate Black dollars in the Black community. Okay, not just because of the partners they chose, because, again, I showed you with Natural 85, right? So what does a Matt Smith have over a Logan Paul, right? He's not creating a proprietary product. He happens to be a Black man who's doing the same thing. It's not a proprietary product. Same thing with Chris Smoove and his gaming. What has he got over Boogie 2889? Really, or a Dan TDM? Not really much. It's not a proprietary product. It's something that's already out there. And the same thing with Marquise Brownlee. What does he have over like Austin Evans or Unbox Therapy, right? Nothing that really can be repeated in the Black community that can end up kind of turning a profit. Like, yes, another Black man can create gaming content, can create comedy content, can create unboxing and technology content, but it's not really like a proprietary business to our community. Like a Jackie Aina, who can create a proprietary business in our community by doing makeup for dark skin, or a Natural 85 who can create a proprietary business for our community by catering to Afrocentric hair, right? It has to be something proprietary to the community that can then recycle that dollar within the community. Now, when it comes to Black male YouTubers, again, we're just using YouTube as a parallel for the Black economy as a whole, all right? It's just a microcosm of the Black economy as a whole, where we have two content creators with large platforms that create a proprietary idea that can then be repeated, where it can circulate dollars in the Black community. The two content creators, the two next largest content creators, will be Brandon Tatum and our suited relationship expert, whose name I'm not going to mention, okay? So these two have a proprietary idea that, if it is then repeated and collaborated within the community, it could then put dollars back in the community. The problem is, where that lacks is, number one, they don't create physical products. They do have merch, right? They do speaking engagements, and they can encourage the sale of intellectual property, but can that be repeated, right? Can that be sustained? Is that going to be something that is going to create a long-term demand? Again, we really have to see, especially with Brandon Tatum, with 45 being out of office. Can he maintain that momentum? And with the suited content creator, can he maintain that momentum? Also, what do their families look like? That's another issue. What do their families look like, where this might again trickle down to benefiting the Black community? Now, if you are a Black woman and you want to start a business, I highly suggest you research your logistics, your e-commerce platforms, what kind of venture capital you're able to start with, if you might need to do crowdfunding, your business marketing strategy, your proprietary ideas, and any legal ramifications that might have as far as marketing your primary proprietary idea. I highly suggest that you do it. Black women have been very successful in business, but have not always been very supported. So I think this grant is a good thing. And the people who know business and who know Black economics and the realities that we face know that this could potentially be a good thing. This discussion is going to be long, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be over a decade. Who gets the money? How do they get the money? What stipulations do they get the money on, and do they keep it? Do they pay it back? What's the premise of the lending, if it's lending or if it's just grants? So it's going to be a lot that we're going to be discussing moving forward with this issue. But I hope that you get what I was saying without me saying it, right? Because I'm trying to say it, but without really saying it, as to why an investment firm would make an investment in Black women-owned businesses and maybe not Black male-owned businesses, and why this is such a touchy subject for some people, and why we have to start having a little bit more of an honest dialogue about what's really going on. Just trying to use YouTube as a parallel for what's going on in the realities of the Black economy, right? So know that I'll keep you posted as I learn more about this issue, and my hopes is to continue this discussion, not just in the comments, but my hopes is to continue the discussion maybe on other platforms and on this platform, so we can better understand how we can utilize it and how we as Black women can do a better job of supporting each other as we go forward in our business ventures. This is Mocha Mommy, and I'll see you in the next video.